It looked like the same movie today. We can't let it be that way. These kids, I feel bad for them because they put in so much hard work. We put a lot on this game, and they'll bounce back. But I know how much better our team is right now than what we've been. Didn't always look like it today.
I don't mean this sounds trifling. When you see the same mistakes, then are you tempted to change something going forward? You stay the course. How do you balance that going forward?
Yeah, we keep doing the same things. And I'd have a lot of nickels if I had a nickel for every time we talked about a lot of that stuff. It wasn't a ton of penalties. It was, I think, 5 for 67 is what they said. But, man, I mean, they came at the wrong time, and the one really hurt us, and we got to be more disciplined than that.
How did you feel in your run game play today, the running back run game, and what concerns do you have going forward?
Not very good. I will say I give them a ton of credit. It's hard to come in as a new staff and get a team ready. They're a veteran team, and so I'm sure that helped them pick it up quicker. But our strategy for this was to rep against a certain look all at camp against our defense, and we guessed wrong on what they were going to be in. They're defensive guys that come from a place where they'd been a lot of odd front. We didn't get more than 4 or 5 snaps of odd, I don't think. We had a contingency plan for that, and we were going to go back to stuff that we've been running all camp. We went through that this week with the kids, but we certainly didn't get as many reps at it as we normally would. Bottom line, we got to run the ball better early, and then once we got behind, we weren't able to commit to it as much.
Why did you think that they would do the opposite of what they did?
Yeah, it was all a guessing game for us, Sam. Brett's been a bunch of places. Their D coordinator's been places. Our best guess was they were going to be a lot like what they were at Missouri and in the spring game, and they weren't.
Would it be? Did you think the O-line maybe would be able to impose their will, maybe no matter what they were facing them?
That's what we wanted to have happen, but that's this league. When one team gets ahead, they can run it, and the other team has to do other things. And we certainly had our chances to be ahead at halftime. We gave them 2 on the safety and gave them 7 by not getting the turnover, and then got a strip sack fumble, and they earned it. But we gave them those 16 points. The one thing I'm really disappointed in is we didn't respond very well coming out of halftime, letting them go on a 75-play drive. We needed to make a stand right there. Late in the game, I thought the guys fought, but very disappointing, man. Disappointing.
The Tanner play, the sack, got overturned. Did you see something in just the way that they carried themselves? How did the guys react to that?
The one thing we've never gotten around here is the spark. We need to win a couple close games, string some wins together, get some momentum. The guys really believe they're better. They know they're better. They are better. They're better than they've ever been. We got more talent, more depth. I've been saying that. But they need some good things to happen if they're really going to believe. And sometimes I feel like we're snake bit with the timing of when these things happen, but we got to find a way through it.
What was the explanation you got on the penalty? Was it late? Did he got him into the ground today?
I didn't get an explanation about either of the 15-yard penalties on the same play.
Did you see it? Did you see
Live, I was watching the ball. On the replay, I didn't think the hit was late at all. It was bang, bang. So I don't know what it was for, but it's certainly a big play.
I know that was a critical point. Did you think about being more aggressive when you came out the last drive you had before halftime? But you feel like you're trying to caught in between sitting on it or trying to go?
Yeah, I wanted to go score when we got the fumble before half.
Yeah.
We had our chances. I think we're in a broken defense on our third down call. I don't think they got lined up right, and they took our first look away because I think they were a little confused with our formation. Adrian went to his next look, and they twisted, and we didn't pass it off well enough, and they got the ball out, and the thing spun right on the ground for him to pick up. So we'll get our breaks sooner or later. He played okay. There's some plays we got to make. I thought he made some good plays. There's some plays we got to make. The throw to Wyatt in the end zone put us up 2 touchdowns. They had a similar play, and they made the throw and the catch, and we didn't. 2 touchdowns up in the first half changes the game. So, this league, man, a lot of games are going to ride on those, a play here and a play there, and we didn't make enough of them today. So I need to do a better job making sure we avoid the mistakes and keep putting them in situations where they can rise up and make those plays.
Guys have talked about this being a tone-setter game before the season. When it doesn't go how you want, what's the key, to get guys back on track?
I believe in my heart this team can still have a special season. We just have better players than we've had, and we got a better team than we've had. I expected today to go a lot different. Just didn't go our way early on, and still should have probably been in good shape at halftime, and then got really behind the 8 ball at the start of the second half, and I thought our guys fought back, but and we got to play better an entire 60 minutes.
Did you guys have Savion Morrison available today?
Yeah, Save was available. Yeah.
All right, thanks, guys. We'll have a couple players here. Questions, guys?
Adrian Scott was talking about the mistakes, how he was surprised and disappointed with how the same things are back over the years. Showed him again today. And what did you see for some of the reasons for those mistakes, and were you also surprised with how many there were?
Yeah, I was just as surprised, if not more surprised, with those type of mistakes. For starters, my fumble at the end of the half, I think that was a big moment for our team, and those type of mistakes can't happen. Yeah.
What happened on that play specifically?
Yeah, I was stepping up in the pocket and looking to possibly make a move and getting tackled to the ground, and I believe I need to go back and watch the film, but I believe I had one hand on the ball, and guy smacked my arm and the ball fell out.
How do you keep one disappointing loss from becoming something bigger?
Definitely, and that's on the leaders of this football team. This is the first game of the year, and yes, it was a tough loss, and it was a bit of the same old story for this program that we need to get fixed, but it will not deter us. It will not discourage us. I can tell you that as an individual and as a team. We know that what we're capable of. We just need to go show it on the field and play up to our potential.
Adrian, is it a matter of habits, like breaking habits, with mistakes, or what did you say? The same old story had happened before. How do you stop it from happening?
Yeah, well, no disrespect, but if I had that answer, it wouldn't have happened today. I think it's just a matter of continuing to get better, understanding what those mistakes are and understanding that they're hurting this football team, and we have to get better.
Talk about the same old story. Coach said it's kind of like watching the same movie. Is there a point where here we go again type mentality on the sideline, or anything?
No. And that is something that is not the same old story. Our guys had faith. We wanted to get that ball back and score. I know the defense was fighting their tails off for us. And in my mind, the whole time, I thought we were going to win. And looking in the eyes of the other guys in our team, and we had that same belief. What is the same old story is the turnover, is penalties, little mistakes that in Big Ten football you just can't make.
Adrian, you guys said during camp that you were going to emphasize turnovers, penalties, special teams. Those are 3 areas that I don't think played out the way you wanted them to today. You say you're surprised, and I'm guessing that's why. How do you describe the level of frustration knowing that these are things you tried to address during the season?
Yeah, it's very frustrating, but luckily this isn't a one-game season. So this team still has a lot to prove. Backs against the wall, and we know some of those mistakes, and we know we have to get them corrected. We spent a lot of time on them this offseason, and that work will pay off.
Down by the goal line there was a late first down signal, and you guys sneaked in. What happened there? Did you guys think it was 4th and 1? Was that the last touchdown drive there?
Yeah. After the QB sneak?
Well, yeah, kind of before that. Did you guys think that was still fourth down, or they didn't tell you it was the first down?
In all honesty, I can't recall that. So.
Hey, you guys wanted to kind of establish a downhill running game. It was pretty clear earlier you're trying to get the game a lot. What did you see happening out there, and how frustrating was it to not be able to get those backs?
Yeah, that's something that we're definitely going to have to get going as this season progresses. And, we weren't 100% sure what Illinois was going to show up in, and that's not an excuse. That's just the reality. So we have to find a way to establish that, and we didn't really do that early in the game.
Do you feel like you got in rhythm right away, or did it feel like the second half was more the quarterback movement?
I feel like I had moments, and I need to be a hell of a lot better. There were at times that I was in rhythm, and at times that I think I wasn't, and I think that was spread out throughout the game.
All right, thanks, Adrian. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Do the rest out on the field. All right. Pheldarius, you guys had a pretty strong first half, doing a couple of sacks. Tide seemed to turn in the second half in that third quarter. What did you see kind of happen to your defense in that quarter, and how did you guys get it back in the fold?
It was just a tough scene, but I feel like we tried to fight as hard as we could and come back in the fourth quarter.
Well, there's how frustrating it is to have what you felt like was a really good offseason and then focus on winning your first week out.
Of course it's disappointing, but I feel like we're going to bounce back as a team and fight.
When the team has made mistakes in the past, you see it again today. How do you guys break that going forward? What's it going to take for you guys to limit those mistakes and win some of those things?
Probably just harder work, because that's the only way you can change something. You keep working harder at the end of the day.
Yeah, did you feel like, obviously there's some guesswork involved in figuring out what they're going to try to do? Did you feel like you had a pretty good plan for, what they ended up doing?
Yes, sir. I feel like the coaches did a great job preparing us for this week. Should have been a different outcome, because the preparation was there.
You said that you thought the team would bounce back. Why do you feel strongly about that this team will not set a tone?
Just because I know the character of these guys and these coaches. The character is very strong, and we're not just going to lay down. We're just going to bounce back and keep working.
How'd you feel like you played?
I feel like I did decent. Could have been better. We didn't win at the end of the day, so.
How did their quarterback change affect you guys at all?
It didn't. I feel like we was always ready. It was the same scheme. Coaches made sure it wasn't frazzled. They prepared us great.
You guys were pretty solid first half. Was there something about that first drive in the third quarter? Did it just get long, or what changed on that? Sort of the one long sustained drive they had?
They came out and played. We came out. We was ready to stop them, and then they started the drive, and it was hard to stop them. Thank you. Appreciate it.